we are going to see the topic multiplicative persistence. In the last video we have seen the additive persistence. So when you see the example you will get the idea. Like I have taken a number 1 2 3 4, so it is of a single number. So here we need to make the multiplication between the digits. So in the first iteration we need to make the multiplication between the digits like 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. So we get the product as one number like 24. In the second iteration we need to make the multiplication between the digits of the product like 2 into 4, which is 8. So ultimately the final goal is we need to make two single digit by repetitive multiplication of the number. The multiplicative persistence is like, so how many number of iterations, or we can call the number of cycles it is going to take by making repetitive multiplication to become a single digit. Now we need to write the program to satisfy the question. Like for this purpose let us take few variables like num. Now the entire number I am going to scan in the num variable. Now what I am doing is like, initially I am assigning the m value with 1. So let m equals to the num modulo division with 10 into, for into purpose let us take a brackets here. After this brackets I am multiplying the remainder of the num like 1 2 3 4. The remainder is 4 when modulo division with 10. Again the 4 is multiplying with the previous value of the m. So initially the 4 is multiplying with m, which is a 4. Again later what I am doing is like, again I am multiplying the 4 with 3. So like now in the second iteration, so as of now see this step only. So in the next iteration what I am going to do, like again the 3 is multiplying with the 4, which is 12. Like next we need to take only 3 here. When modulus division with 10 we need to get 3 only. So for this purpose I am doing like num equals to num by 10, means the number is 1 2 3 4. When divided with 10 the quotient is 1 2 3, which is copying into this num. So here we are using the loop, so don't get confused. So this bunch of code I am going to write in the loop. Like in the next iteration the value is remainder as 3. The 3 is multiplying with 4, which is 12. Again the 1 2 3 is dividing with 10, then it is becoming the 1 2 only. So at the last number it is again 2, so the remainder is 2. Again 2 is multiplying with the 12, which is 24. So on, the multiplication is done. So we need to write this whole code in the using loops. Like I am using a while loop. So at last by this step, like in this we need to write condition. Let us write this bunch of code in the brackets of the while. Like at last we are left over with the 1. So when the iterations come to this one digit, like one number, then we need to stop this while loop. Like when 1 divided with 10 the quotient is, which is less than the 0, so up to greater than 0 we need to continue this while loop. So if false then we need to break this. So this is the code only for the first iteration only. We need to perform again the second iteration, and if the number is of not like, so we need to perform again third iteration. So it is a repetitive thing. So after of this, so repetitive thing means we need to use one another loop. Let it be a for. This whole code I am going to initialize in the outer for. Now here after of this the 24 is stored in the m variable. So again what I am doing is like the num equals to m. So meanwhile I am copying the m value into this num, means the product value or the multiplication value in this num variable. Later I am emptying the multiplication number, like let m equals to, so if we assign 0 means the, so something of any digits when we multiply with 0, the end result is 0 only. Multiplication we need to take 1, for the addition we need to take 0. So here after copying of the m value to this num, I am initializing the m value with 1. So again I am ending this. So we need to write the condition here, like, so finally the target is we need to make a single digit. Single digit means which is less than 10. So up to less than 10 we need to perform, need to execute the for loop whenever the num is greater than or equals to 10. So up to the num greater than or equals to 10 we need to perform the operation. So if it is less than the 10 we need to stop it. So here we need to give like this. So it is a for loop now. So here we need to give like this. So to initialize for, let us take one another variable, let it be I. So then the I is of equals to 0, then I plus plus. So I is always refer to the iteration count, so looping count, nothing but. So if we print the value of I, here we get the multiplication persistence, like, so if I run the program, you can see here it is asking enter the num. I am giving the example number like 1 2 3 4. Now if I press enter, you can see here the multiplication persistence is 2. Let's check the code for the one another number. So the multiplicative persistence is 2, like 9 9 ja 81, again 8 into 1 which is 8. So in order to become the single digit, it is taking the 2 cycles or 2